Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today was the Coin IPO. Everybody was waiting for this to start trading. It started trading a little bit after 1 p.m., maybe about 1:30ish, and it was crazy. So it rips up. I'll show you guys all in the charts. But trading IPOs is like nothing else. Now, I did trade it with extremely small share size because I know how volatile these things can be. And if you're not careful, it could ruin your whole day, which I don't ruin my day. That's not something I do. So anyway, we traded that, traded AMC. I noticed today AMC and GME were, rocking. They were rocking. And, I think it had to do with the Coin IPO. A lot of retail traders seemed to be back today for at least, in certain stocks. The rest of the market, you guys that have followed me, you know how I trade. I trade the SPY. I trade the overall market, the overall trend. If I can't determine a pattern, which is what 99% of the time I'm able to determine, it makes it tough to trade. That being said, I still traded today. In the morning, the momentum stocks were garbage. I did take one trade. I think it was pre-market. Again, it wasn't moving much. That has totally dried up. The momentum stocks outside of today with, GameStop and AMC and obviously, all the crypto stocks. I think BT was one that was pretty good today. Outside of that, pretty bad as far as the momentum stocks went. We used to open up our platforms in the morning. We would see 80%, 90%, over 100% movers. Just not seeing that. So anyway, before I share my screen, I want to shout out my Discord. Great. I'm going to link it in the description. You guys should definitely get on board. It's growing very fast. Great people in there. And everybody is throwing out some really good knowledge. Some things that maybe I don't see at the time or somebody else doesn't see. We'll shout out some ideas. Everybody in there has the same mentality, okay? We all want to make money in the markets. Who cares what strategy you do? If it could make money, tell us. You know what I mean? If you could make money, whatever strategy, whatever stocks, and also there's no dumb questions in there, okay? I created this channel to help beginner traders, and that's exactly what we're doing every single day. I have not missed a day since I started the channel. My YouTube channel just broke 650. I think we're at 660 now. It is growing really, really fast, and I have you guys to thank for that. My subscribers have been awesome, so I just want to say thank you. And before I share my screen, how about you take that, hit the thumbs up for me. It's that quick. Hit the thumbs up. It helps continue the growth. So that would be awesome if you guys can do that for me. And I'm going to keep providing content every single day. You're going to get a video from me, good or bad. So you saw 2 days ago, I hit my max loss. And yesterday we responded really nicely. So I'll share my screen here for you guys and we'll get into it. sharing the moneymaker. Back in the green, 2 days in a row. Now, today was all about, obviously, the Coinbase IPO. We already went over that. We know that. But what I'm going to do is I want to go over these trades. Now, I already know $13, not going to change my life. I get that. I took risk off, okay? The market is just choppy for my strategy. It's actually choppy for every strategy. So this is what I've done. I did take, just for the heck of it, I took one share, just one share of coin. I wanted to be a part of the IPO, just like my entire Discord. Some of the guys in there did a great job. Good job. You know, for some of you, I know Rob, you hit a beautiful trade there. You got in at a good price. The thing is, it just didn't hold up. So why don't we start there actually? Let's start with coin because I want to go over this with you guys. So here's my one share. I ended up getting just over $3 per share profit. The one share obviously only gave me $3.15, but I don't care because this is what I want to avoid. If I get in something at 396 with 100 shares, you know, all this did was sell off after it. This huge IPO that everyone was talking about has gone nothing but down after the initial run up. So anyway, when you're trading IPOs, you have to be aware of that. It's always going to go right off the bat. So what I did, how I traded it, was I waited for the first pullback. Now, there was some pullbacks. The 400 was a really good one. There was some pullbacks that if you were quick, you could have taken advantage of, but they just ripped right through my fingers. It just slipped right through my fingers, which is fine. I don't even care. This was just one share, you know, just to be a part of this. Although that being said, I did not want to lose. Okay. This is not just for fun. I actually wanted to make a profit, even though it was only one share. So I waited for the pullback. We hit 429, and then in this one bar, flushed all the way to 403. And then in the next bar, I was thinking about getting in because every one of these pullbacks ripped up even higher. Didn't like what I was seeing on this. And when it broke through 400, there was so many orders at that level. That's where I just was like, you know what, let me wait and let's see if this bounces a little bit. I did like that we had a lot of selling. I like to get in something after people are taking their profit and the new wave of profit wants to get in. And I also knew that it was so fast. It was moving so fast that there was so many people just like me that couldn't get filled for whatever reason, just couldn't get the right price that you wanted because it was moving very fast. It's an IPO. This is what happens. So anyway, on this candle here, I got in at 396.13. It went as high as about 402. And I was really thinking that this had the possibility of coming back and breaking through the VWAP. So I was holding it a little longer than I would like, but also not long enough to get caught up into, it even ran out of bars. That's how much this thing has dropped since. It's bouncing a little bit right now, but wow, what a far drop this thing did. So anyway, I got in here and then I took my profit because we never hit 400 again. I took my profit right when I can tell that we were not going to hold 400. So I put my order in before the 400 level. So if I put in like 401, you know, I was too afraid that that wall would not let my order get filled. So that's why I just put my order in for a little bit under the major resistance. So anyway, that's how I traded coin. Leave it down below. Let me know how much money you made trading coin, because it was definitely a very interesting. First of all, it took forever to open, and then it was a very interesting way that it traded. Curious to see what we end up finishing at. So anyway, that was coin. I'm going to go into a couple of my other trades this morning. Let me just go over this. MBRX. So this one was, like I had said, the momentum market has been really, really bad. So what I did here was I jumped in at 408, right? You know, expecting maybe a little bit more of a break through this 412 area. Didn't get it, right? Took my profit off basically at the top of this candle and just didn't like the way that it was moving. It should have went. We were too close to VWAP. I didn't want to get broken down under VWAP. You know, now we're trading at like 370. This is why I scalp. Just scalp. I mean, it's just so much better than buying some, unless you want to obviously invest in something. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but scalping for my personality works. So if I see that it's not going to go, I have no problems getting out. And that's how I keep my risk to a minimum. So anyway, that's $1. Big deal. What else did I trade? American Airlines. This one set up, it had a little bit of news, so it had a catalyst. This one set up right off the open with a very nice flag pattern. And I'm going to go over that with you once this disappears. So right off the open, we sold off and I got in. Where did I get in? Why isn't it showing my trade? Am I even on the right day? No. Bear with me. Technical difficulties. I don't know why it's not showing my trade, but let's just give it a second. Sometimes it pops up. No, it's not going to show up. Let me just see this. We'll try to trick the computer. All right, anyway, let me go into here. Monitor, filled orders. Let's see, what time was it at? 9:48. All right. 9:48 right here. This is the flag pattern I'm talking about. So we had the drop, right? We started to, you know, bounce, obviously. This had good news. So it had a catalyst. I was just waiting for the volume, the buying volume to come in on it. So I waited for the pullback here and got in for this break and sold on the same candle. I took 300 shares, you know, increased my share size because I liked this setup so much, but I was always going to take the profit off right before VWAP because I didn't know if it was going to get rejected by VWAP or not. So a lot of times when I'm setting where I'm going to do my take profit, it's always going to be, if I'm not playing a breakout, it's always going to be right before resistance. And resistance for this one, since it was under VWAP, is VWAP. A lot of times resistance will be maybe a support line that broke and then it's coming back to it. There's all kinds of price levels that could be resistance. I always set my price target right below that. And that's kind of what I did on the coin IPO also. That's just the way, you know, if you're going to trade, you have to start thinking about like, you know, where you're going to take profit, which is what I think of every time I get into something. AMC, it's not worth going over. Let's just see if that shows up, because this one was actually frustrating. Man, none of my trades, there we go. Why does this one want to show up, but the other one doesn't? So I was playing this because of GameStop. GameStop was ripping up at this time. So I got in, and if I didn't sell, this would have been a really, really nice trade. But it came back down. I set my stop like I always do, but I got stopped out because I don't want this kind of stuff to happen, right? So I'm trading breakouts. You have to be careful because they can always come flush down because they're already elevated in price. So you always have to be aware, if you're not going to scalp it, that, you know, it gets this far away from VWAP, which is this is the volume weighted average price. It usually will come back close to VWAP. So this was extended, right? Don't want to be holding this thing unless you're swing trading it. That's a different story. You could be buying it. I mean, it broke through nice levels. You know, if it at least holds here, then maybe on the daily chart, it starts to look a lot better, which I totally see, you know, a possibility of. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm just scalping. I'm not investing long-term, just scalping. So that's it. What else do I have? Anyway, like I said, very, very small green day, but with everybody just getting ripped up in the market, you know, to only have one red day in 15 trading days, you can look back at all my videos. You can see I post every single one, is pretty good because the market, once it gets better, should be a lot of fun. So I'm, you know, treading water right now. And if that means small green days, so be it. You know, I know it's not, you know, sexy to the YouTube audience, but eventually it's going to look nice. So I'm going to keep treading. I'm going to keep taking my small green days. It's not like I stopped trading. I kept trading. I took a decent amount. I mean, I took 10 trades. So it just, you know, sometimes it's just not there. I'm not going to push it. And I'm certainly not going to be holding things, bag holding. Look at coin is only at 368. I mean, it's under where it opened. It's literally under where it opened. Right? Didn't it open higher than that? Wow. Where did it open up? 380. It's under where it opened. Okay. So anyway, this isn't something I'm going to touch for the rest of the day. Even we may come back. There's a possibility. It looks like it wants to curl back up, but I mean, it's got a lot of room to go. So guys, hit that thumbs up for me if you enjoyed the video. And if you're new, subscribe. Also, I'm going to link the Discord in the description. Get in there and join that. That's a great little community that we are building. So anyway, I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care, everyone.